Hello, my friends. This is Daniel Talley, the Note to Self Guy, coming at you. This is the second time I'm coming at you today, Sunday. Why am I coming at you 2 times today? Well, there's a certain knucklehead that did this video earlier today, and it was on the air for a couple hours, and I hit the delete button. So I am said knucklehead that did that. So I have to do this thing all over again. So you get the chance to hear it twice if you've heard it the first time. So last week we talked about Poor Man's Proverbs number 20, which was entitled, "You Have Time to Make It to the Hall of Fame." No worries. If you missed that, you can just go to the website and you have an opportunity to check out not only that video, but any of the others. We're on Poor Man's Proverbs number 21 now. So there are several other videos for you to check out if you choose to do so. And also I want to say to folks that if you guys are liking these videos, be sure to comment comment on the video. Certainly get the dialogue started. There's a lot that we can learn from one another. None of us has all the answers, but collectively, we can get a lot of stuff answered. So participation is pretty cool too, because you can learn a lot of stuff. And we're also on YouTube. You'll be able to type in my name and find these videos there as well. So let's talk Poor Man's Proverbs, shall we? Okay, let's do it. So this week, the topic is Poor Man's Proverbs number 21, which is entitled, "You Will Pay for That." That's Poor Man's Proverbs 21 entitled, "You Will Pay for That." Now, what am I talking about? I'm talking about revenge. You know, when someone does something and you become boiling angry, you're mad, you really want to get with somebody, in our mind, we begin to think about thoughts that we probably shouldn't as a result of wanting to seek out revenge. I'm going to mention some of the things that typically come to mind to a lot of folks. And certainly, I am guilty of a lot of these things that I'm going to mention. The first thing is you may say something like, look what she did. Look what she did to me. It's only right that I do the same thing to her. Or maybe you hurt me, but you're not going to hurt me anymore. Or maybe sometimes people may say, I'll show you, you'll never hurt me again. That's for sure. Some people also use the term, hey, two can play at this game. You did it to me, I'm going to do it to you. And another one is tick for tat. Watch your back, because I'm coming after you. Another one might be, I can't believe they did this to me. I want revenge, and I want it now. And then another one might be, yet payback is a beep. You know what I'm saying there? So these are all thoughts that come into a person's mind when they're thinking about getting revenge on someone. But then the question then becomes, well, what does God say about revenge? Well, he has quite a bit to say about it. And I recognize that we're all human beings and we get angry, and our initial or the natural response, if someone pushes you, the natural response is to push back. But what does God have to say about getting revenge? Well, in Proverbs 2:12, he warns us of the following. I'm going to read this verbatim. A person may think their own ways are right, but the Lord weighs the heart. In other words, what God is saying here is that, we may think we're right, and we may go out and do something, but, God knows what's in our heart, and he knows what's right. And he's going to look at a man's heart or a woman's heart and see, and see what's in it and judge what's in our heart. He goes on further to say in Deuteronomy 32:35, he gives us a directive, and that directive is this. It is mine to avenge. I will repay. In due time, their foot will slip. Their day of disaster is near, and their doom rushes upon them. So God's pretty clear here. What he's saying is that, hey, it's his job to revenge. He will pay people for the bad things that they do, not us. When we try to do his work, basically what we're doing is that we're telling God, hey, I don't need your help, Lord. I can get this joker back. I mean, he hurt me. I'm gonna hurt him. I'm gonna hurt him harder. Well, let me ask you a question. When is the last time, if ever, you've ever been able to do anything better than God? Crickets. Exactly. Never have. And I think about the times when I've done some really bad things, and I know I've hurt some people. When I sat back and looked at the revenge that God, brought upon my life, God can get you in ways that mankind can't. He can hit you with he can hit your finances in terms of he can just allow things to happen. He can allow things to happen with your health. He can allow things to happen with, business opportunities or, children, whatever the case may be. He has a lot of things at his disposal so that if he wants to get somebody back, he knows how to get somebody back. So he really doesn't need help from you or from me to help him do that. So the bottom line is that what we ought to do is pretty much stay in our own lane and just let God do his thing. We just need to move on with life, seek out forgiveness for folks and let God take care of that. And a lot of times people say, well, what about all these people in the history of mankind that's done all these bad things? People like Adolf Hitler, who exterminated 6 million Jews, and all these other people, these mass murderers and all this other kind of stuff. Well, to that I say, there is a righteous God. And if God says that it is his to avenge, then I have to hold him at his word and believe that he is. So none of these folks that have done any of these things aren't getting away with it. The stuff I've done, I know I haven't gotten away with anything. So, and I feel like I'm one of his children, as I'm sure many of you feel like you're one of his children as well. So, if he administers discipline upon his children, then those who maybe are not his children, although we all are technically, but those who don't know them, don't really know him and have recognized him as Lord and Savior, those are the folks that I'm talking about. Then, hey, he's a just God. He reigns on the just and the unjust. So that's that. So next week we're going to talk about, guys. Next week's topic is Poor Man's Proverbs number 22, which is, are you giving other Christians the VIP treatment? Are you giving other Christians the VIP treatment? Now, what am I talking about? Well, God has something to say about how you treat other folks who share the same faith as you. And it's pretty eye-opening, actually. So tune in next week and we will talk about that. And like I said, if you guys like the video, please be sure to share it. And on that note, you guys have a fantastic week. And may the Lord's blessings be upon y'all. This is Daniel, the Note to Self guy, signing off. Peace. Ta-ta for now. Bye.